live here on Royal TV, and of course, it is me, your girl Elizabeth Zulu. I'm never alone, I'm always accompanied by great people. I am with Pastor Maurice as always, and today we are joined by Pastor Sam, and of course, my co presenter Natasha. You are welcome to Royal TV.
Thank you very much.
Well, our viewers, today we have a lovely topic that we just want to discuss. A topic that is just raising. We have a topic single mothers are raising by the day. We just want to find out why are they raising by the day. And Pastor Maurice is going just to take us through and we'll see why they are raising by the day. Pastor Maurice.
Thank you very much. Our viewers, wherever you are connected us, we welcome you once again to these great evenings and to this great topic that we have at hand. Please let us know where you are watching us by just putting your comment in the comment section, even as we get to look at this interesting topic that we have today. Number one thing is, you see, we have got single mothers that at some point it happened to them to say their spouses died. Mm-hmm. So as a result, they became single mothers, okay? Yeah. And we have got others, it happened in the sense that they were raped, okay? And as a result of the rape, they became pregnant and a child came forth, but they don't know the man who raped them and they have no clue about where to find the man. So as a result, they become a single mother, okay? And we have got others, you know, the other set of single mothers. These are people that they planned it all, okay? They had arranged everything because they saw that age was catching up with them and they were in a promising relationship, but it all happened that things couldn't go as they planned. But they were already in the process, they became pregnant. So as a result, a child came forth and they became a single mother. Okay, so we have got the other category is we have those women that have, they think in their thinking to say, if I can get pregnant for this man, then this man is going to marry me. Okay, so they are using the pregnancy to trap a man, to set up a man so that he can marry them. And then in the due process, the man pulls out and he turns out, and as a result, they become a single parent. For others, of course, we are still looking at categories and types of single mothers, okay? So for others, they look at as child support as a source of income. Wow. Okay? They look at child support as a source of income. So they have a timing on who really they want to get pregnant for. Okay, so that they can be drawing some cash from the man as a source of living. Wow. Okay, so this is as a result, they set up a man as well and get involved with this man and they get pregnant, and then because their whole agenda is just to be, you know, drawing money from the man. Wow. So they become pregnant, whether the man is married, whether the man is what, all they want is the support from that man. Wow. Okay, so these are some of the categories of single mothers that we have and that we can just see around, that the number is rapidly increasing because of certain things that I've just put across.
Wow, thank you so much. But we are seeing that there is an issue, this topic, we are only looking at single mothers. Are there no single fathers? If we put it to say single mothers, it means they are single fathers.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
So what are the major causes of this whole single mother thing that is raising by the day?
Wow, thank you very much. One of the major causes of why we are seeing the rising of the single mothers,
Yes.
you know, like I outlined some of the points of single mothers that we have. So you'll find that, for instance, here is a woman uh, who wants to make a living out of the source of a man.
Yes.
Okay, so she plans it all, and then, you know, the man is not really engaged with her to say they can build up something. And then she just sets up a man, and then she becomes pregnant so that she can be extracting money
Yes.
from a man. So I will tell you to say hunger can be one of the leading factors that can, you know, make someone to just have a child, okay, or to say laziness of making yourself useful, because this is a woman, the whole idea is just to extract money from a man. So she knows to say, if I get pregnant for this man, definitely he is going to be supporting the child.
Wow.
Okay, so you see that that person was led to get pregnant for that man because she has no source of income. She wants a man to be providing for her. So laziness, hunger can be one of the factors that has made some women to get pregnant, or because they want sustainability from a man.
Pastor Morris, just to ask, how many of such cases, like, do we see, like, the hunger issue? Like, is it the main reason? Like, mostly? Because we see there are a lot of single mothers around.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah. Do you think the hunger issue can be the main reason to the increase in the number?
Not really the major reasons, because there are many reasons out there as why some become single mothers. Okay, but I raised it because it's one of the things. Okay, so we have got people that have become single mothers because they lost the husband.
Okay.
Okay, we have got people that became single mothers because they were raped. We have got single mothers that were, you know, in a promising relationship,
Yes.
and then things didn't turn out well, and they became single mothers because probably they had already fallen pregnant by that time. So, and the guy pulls out, and then as a result, the lady was already pregnant, and then she becomes a single mother.
Wow.
Sure.
Pastor Sam, do you have anything to just add on what Pastor Maurice has said?
Yeah, so the topic is very nice, and I'm sure it's going to teach a lot of people out there, and even us as we are discussing, we are learning a lot of things
Wow, yes.
out of this, because there are certain issues that we just look in the society are happening, and then we are questioning ourselves within ourselves, and then we cannot have answers.
Sure.
But when such discussions come about,
Yeah.
then we find answers and we are able to learn and move on. Yeah, so I would say some, like, for example, like Pastor Morris has said,
Yes.
there are even issues like maybe a husband dies, and then this woman is left alone with the kids or a child. So these are some of the circumstances that we can say are beyond human control,
Yes.
that causes such unfortunities to happen in life. But all in all, we are there to stand out for the kids, because that is the most important thing of all of us. So when there are such issues that happens whereby they are just beyond our control. And then another example is what Pastor Moise has already said, like a woman is raped. And then, of course, there are also situations where we have promising relationships, and then they end up not working. Maybe someone sees to say, this is not a person I would like to spend my life with, or such certain issues. There are a lot of things that happens that causes people to leave each other. And then you find that by the time they are leaving each other, they have already made a mistake. The lady is already pregnant, or even already with a child. So those are some of the things that I think on this one, on this part where we see unworking relationships, I think we need to rethink on how we can be engaging ourselves into such relationships.
Oh, wow.
Coming to this channel, we are a Christian channel, so
Yeah.
we are encouraging Christian morals also.
Yeah.
Even if we have made mistakes in the past, even to the viewers that are watching us, it's not too late for us to make up with our lives.
Yeah.
So God, there is a way that we want our lives to be, but there is a way that God wants these things to be.
Yeah.
So there is a way whereby us, we will just get into a relationship and begin to enjoy all the benefits as if we are married. And then we come to such points where we are left as single parents.
Wow.
And then it is because we failed to follow the principles of God at a certain place in our life. So it is very much important for us to be much conscious of what God is saying about our lives, more than what we want and how we want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Because such are things that bring about such issues. Yeah, so we really need to be the people that are following God at all costs, so that we avoid certain things. Because when we look at all these things, they are there in the Bible, and they are addressed issues already. All we have to do as children of God is to follow what God wants us to follow. So, like issues of single mothers, they come from a place of disobedience in the word of God. And you know, the society is okay because we have got a lot of ways on how to accept all these things that are happening. But there is a way in which God wants us to be dealing with certain issues. So yeah, as we continue.
Yeah. Maybe to ask, like, what are the effects of having like a very big number of single mothers? Like, what do you think are the disadvantages?
Okay, the disadvantages of having a lot of single mothers, there are quite a lot. Like, you know, it at some point brings down a self-esteem in a single mother.
Yes, true.
Whereby she thinks, is there any man that can accept me with my child?
Yeah.
You know, such as certain issues that rises in the minds of people
Yes.
that have got children and they are single. That are thinking, is there any better man that is going to accept me with a child?
Wow.
So it comes with a number of disadvantages. One of it is a self-esteem
Yes,
is
true.
reduced, you know. Someone doesn't think that maybe in their state of being a single parent, they can have a better marriage or something. But then we still have hope. We have seen such people gaining good marriages, and we are able to see them. And so it's quite a lot.
Wow.
Sometimes it comes to a child. The child also, this is one of the disadvantages, because you find that a child will grow up in a separate environment.
Yes.
Where the parents are separate, the other one is that side. So if this parent wants to see the dad, he has to travel.
Yeah.
If this parent wants to see the mother, he has to travel.
Yeah.
And if there is no transport, then that means even if you wanted to see your father now, you can't see. So
Wow.
such are issues that comes up. Those are disadvantages that comes with that.
Wow.
So, and then also the families.
Families.
The families, you find that there are certain quarrels that comes out of such incidences
Yes.
between the family of the lady and the family of the man. So you find that there are such quarrels that comes in as disadvantage out of that relationship that brought up these single parents. I can say that.
Wow.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Our viewers at exactly 1940 will be taking in your calls, and the number to call is 0972 15 0019. 0972 15 0019. Exactly 1940 will start taking in cause? Well, with our lovely topic, we are looking at people. When we mention single mothers, why is it that it comes to mind only? They don't focus on other major things like being raped, a husband has been lost, what? They only focus on she was left. Why is it like that?
Yes.
In most cases, people have been so ignorant on certain cases to do with rape.
Yeah.
Okay, where the other partner died.
Yes.
Yeah, but all they think is she was left, she was dumped, you know, she was abandoned.
Yes.
All sort of names that you can just call that person. But we have got single mothers, like we keep on saying, to say some of them were raped, and as a result, they became mothers. Okay, but in most cases we overlook that area where here is a sister who was found in a scenario where she was raped, you know, and the community doesn't look at that angle to say, how did she become a mother in the first place?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have overlooked that scenario, and they are thinking to say, maybe, you know, maybe it's because she was a problem,
Yes.
you know, maybe because out of wedlock, then she became pregnant, and all manner of things, because that's how the community actually looked at that angle to say, this is why she is a mother today. But we have got people that are mothers out of rape. We have got single mothers that are mothers today because their partner died.
Yeah.
Okay, and children were left behind, and in most cases, you agree with me, my presenters, to say it's always a mother that goes with the children. Whether it's out of divorce, they separated, whatever happened, in most cases you find that the children are with the mother.
The mother.
So she turns out to become everything for that child. She's a mother, she's a father at the same time. But people have not looked at the scenario of what happened, okay, before she became a single mother.
Yes.
Was she raped? Was she married, then she became a widower, you know, all those things. But they just look at that angle where, no, you are bad, you're a prostitute, you know, you were too much into men, and then you get what you got what you wanted out of such things.
Yeah. And you know this, there's also a man. It's not only single mothers.
Single mothers,
Yeah.
They are
yes.
also single fathers.
Yes, yes.
Because I think we don't look at the depression that a man faces. I'm sure it's not only ladies who are vulnerable to this. There are
Yes.
also men
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
who are also vulnerable in this. So the society doesn't see much about doesn't say much about men. Are there also men who are like victims of such issues?
Provided there is a child in between,
Yes.
you're a victim. So as long as there is a child, you are a single father as well.
Yes.
So we have got single fathers that were married and then they went through divorce.
Yes.
Automatic, because you are responsible for those children. You are a father.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I said, to say in most cases, children, they go with the mother. Okay, maybe because maybe at that age where they are, they still need their mother's love and care and everything, you know. So you go with the children as a woman, okay, but it doesn't separate me from saying I'm not a father. I'm a father, okay. But now the community, you know, because it's more like one is not seen because he has not been caught, or there is no evidence to show to say he's a father.
Yes.
You'll be carrying your children every time. Wherever you go, wherever you'll be with the children. But as a man, he will be walking freely,
Yeah.
you know, and unless he tells you, or you know by chance to say he has children,
Yes.
then you know to say, oh, he's also a father.
Yeah.
But if he has not told you and you don't know, you will not know that the man is a father.
Yes.
This is how, again, we have, like I said in the other section of single mothers, where here is a sister, okay?
Yeah.
And she meets with this man. This man is a married man and he has kids and he has got cash, you know. So her interest is not about this man being married or this man having kids, but her interest is to extract money from this man. Okay,
Yes.
so she goes in the relationship with this man, or in the name of I want to gain support from this man. I want this man to be my support system. Okay, so you are using a child. There's a child in between. Okay, that you want to be using to be getting money.
Wow.
Because I brought up this issue of a man, because mostly we look at the depression of a woman to be more important than that of a man.
Sure.
Even when a man is depressed with the same issue, no one would like put it into consideration much. So I think we are, I don't know which way they can use.
I get you.
Aside.
I get it.
I think they should also be involved while we're comforting the ladies. Let's also comfort the men, because we
Yeah.
don't know what they are passing through. Also,
Yeah.
maybe they might not just come out and say it. Maybe the lady can say it, but the man cannot say it. That's why I brought up the issue of men. Like, let's also involve them as we are doing the comforting.
Yeah.
Like you are coming out, my lady. You know, in most cases, and in this case, you find that a lot would turn out like to blame one another. Okay, so if you hear to say why single mothers, why single parents, it's all because of certain things that are happening around. Okay, but they have overlooked that to say there's also a man that is just fully involved with this child, is fully involved or was once involved with this woman, and as a result there is a seed that came forth that they have to be responsible for. Okay, so we don't tend, the community doesn't look at the man's side, what he goes through just to put food for those guys, you know, what he does, you know, where he goes, and just to look for money so that the children can just be well fed and everything be done for them.
Wow, Pastor Morris, with today's generation, do you think that young men and women out there, they've lost the value of family? They don't think of wanting to have a family.
Like you want to ask if they have lost the value of marriage?
Marriage, yes, because when we look at today's generation, that's where we see that there are a lot of increasing single parents.
Yeah.
Not only single mothers, but single parents, because at the end of the day, the children are the ones that are suffering. Like Pastor Sama said, you have to go and travel to go and see your father, you travel to go and see your mother. Do you think that they've lost the value of family in terms of marriage?
Definitely, my lady, I'll tell you to say a lot of people, and especially the young generation, they have really lost the value of marriage. I'll tell you this. You agree with me, maybe at some point you have heard these things and these sayings to say Chikwati Nishipikisha Club.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so when you grow around marriages that every day they are fighting, every day they are calling names, every day there's a quarrel, a week cannot end without them quarreling or fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you is growing under that kind of marriage. You get affected and say, Chikwati kanji ndemwe chilili. So, you know, then you begin to have a bad picture about marriage.
About marriage.
Okay, you see the neighbor tomorrow, you see your neighbor is busy beating the wife this morning, okay? Later on they reconcile, and then tomorrow again you see another fight, different issue. And then you say, but nachikwati manja hapa nchachani. Nikamenyewe naini. This is why we have people that says Chikwati Nishipikisha Club. And that is not true. So if you have grown under the environment where you have seen that husband and wife, they always quarrel and they always fight, you will not have values for marriage. Okay, but that doesn't mean to say there are no godly marriages. We have godly marriages, but as long as you have grown under the environment where there are no good marriages, your mind and your mind over marriage will be contaminated.
Maybe sorry, Pastor Moise, to just cut you short. I think it's high time as young people we started learning about conflict resolution.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow. I'm loving that one.
Because this is one of the things that we usually fail at a later age in life when we are about to settle in marriages and in families. Because what I'm seeing is that what causes a lot of such problems that we have now is because we don't look at addressing the problem.
Yes.
We look at addressing each other. Here is a couple, they have got a problem, maybe they have quarreled, or maybe there is a misunderstanding, maybe in a relationship or in a marriage between a husband and a wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend. And then you find that instead of these people to begin to address the problem that they have,
Yes.
they are actually addressing each other. You see? It's your fault. No, it was you. You made a mistake.
Finger pointing.
It's not me. You know, no, me, I was right. No, you know, there's this thing where we mostly do not want to put the blame on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to accept it when we have made some wrongs. So it's okay to calm down and say sorry when things are wrong. And try to find ways on how we can find solutions to our quarrels. And even if you are right, you are out there, maybe you have a child with another man that you are not married to.
Yeah.
Please do not be in quarrels.
Yeah. You can
Do
say
not
that
be
again.
in
You
quarrels.
can say that again.
Yes.
Okay, it is also for the betterment of the child.
Yeah, true.
Because at that age now, as you are not looking at yourselves. Because the two of you failed already.
Yeah.
So now you have a child in
The interest
Yes.
is the
take
child.
care.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not time for you to begin to fight and
Yeah.
hey, you are still what? And then people will go about and begin to look on the progress of the other party.
Yes.
How is he going?
Yeah.
Who is she with?
I'm
I mean,
familiar
that is not your major concern. I mean, concern.
Concern,
Your
yes.
concern is the child.
Yeah.
You have to look at the fact that the two of you were in a relationship or in marriage,
You
but
called
then
each
you
other
brought
those names.
yeah, but then you brought up children. And those children are innocent. They do not know anything about what you guys quarreled. It's not their fault. So you don't have to be there quarreling all the time. Let's look at the situation. Like we are today here, we are discussing about these things so that we look at what? The solution.
Solution.
Not that we are going to be addressing each other. No, men are like this. That's the problem of men. No, really, that is our problems. We're not looking at the problem with the
Yes,
people. We are looking
yes.
at the problem at the table. The problem is that the single parents are increasing in our society. And what do we do about it?
Wow, yes.
Like,
Yes.
so what can we do, like, to bring back the values, like, that we are surrounding family life? What can we do to bring back the interest of people, like, wanting to be in a family? Because I think this can save a lot of things. Like, we can save a lot of children. Yes, I don't know what to think about that, Pastor Morris. What can we do, like, to bring back the values?
We have to get back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
We have to get back to the drawing board. We have seen in today's generation, or this my generation, in some cases, okay, where you find to say, here's your friend, okay? She has gotten married, and then now you, out of envy, jealous, and competition, okay, you also want to
Wants
go
to get
into
married.
marriage when you are not ready for it. Okay, so when
My friend
we
has done it.
yeah, my friend has done it and I want to do it better than that of my friend. Yeah, chilanga mulilo. And you know, these things, they surprise me. You're a Tonga, you're a Lozi, you want to do chilanga mulilo. Leave it for Bembas. It's entitled for Bembas. You Tongas, you have got your own culture that you have to follow. The Lozis, they have got their own culture that they have to follow.
Yes.
So, because of the high rate of, you know, the competition, you know, the generation of today is into fashion, you know, everything. So,
Yeah.
you find that you're in competition now. of getting married, okay, where you have
No crew.
no clue about what it takes to be in marriage, because it's not about being married, it's about staying in marriage.
Yes.
Why is it so easy, and how was it so easy for our parents that they stayed long? And we see them, that some of them that God has blessed with long life, they are still together. But these marriages of today, okay, it's
Today you are in.
Today you are in, tomorrow you are out.
Yeah.
It's like a contract, because it's so worrying you, where you find that last year the court recorded about 36,000 cases of divorce.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a lot number.
those are cases that went through the
number.
court. We have got issues of divorce. Yamesa anafikia ku court, yamkomboni.
It just happened.
They just happened between the two families, okay? And they were not recorded. But the ones that were recorded last year, 36,000.
Wow,
You
look
can
at that
imagine.
number.
That's a huge
Okay,
number.
that's a huge number. And then if you look at the statistics, they say, and the majority of the applicants of this divorce were women.
Women.
Why women? So it means it, and it shows to us to say some of them were getting engaged because they were trying to compete with a friend. They were trying to prove a point to someone, to say, even me, I've got, and ningakwatiliwe naine, mo nakwatiliwa naine, I can do the same.
Getting odd.
Maybe even better than you.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to understand that there is a lot that is involved. Okay, are you ready to commit yourself to this task that you are involving yourself in? If you are not ready for it, be on a standby. Be on a standby and wait for the right time when you are fully geared for it, so that when you go into it, tomorrow we don't want to hear, is a pastor, taoneka mwanga vavuta,
Vakanga,
just we are going separate ways.
Yeah. Well, our viewers, we are taking in calls, and the number is just there on your screens. The number is 0972 15 0019. We would love to even to know your comments. You can write your comments in the comment section. Want to hear your views on this topic that we are trying to find a solution. Well, coming to everything that you've just talked about, what is the solution to this thing that we should stop the increase of single parents?
Wow, thank you very much. We are going to the drawing board,
Yes.
okay, and where we are calling upon the church and the community to sensitize and educate those people that have reached that age where they feel and they think that sooner or later they can get into marriage, where you begin to nurture them, where you begin to teach them, where you begin to tell them what is involved in marriages. Okay, long time ago I used to hear to say pansaka, where you find, if it's men, they will sit, madalas, they have sat there, young guys, they are seated with the madalas, and then you begin to hear now, pamene paja pansaka paja, they will begin to teach the young ones now about what is involved, what a man should do, what it all takes, to be a responsible man and everything. At some point I laughed, my father told me to say, mumuna, suzi bana kufaka bao boda. It's a danger point, because as a man you have to know.
Yes.
Okay, a little things, one or two things you have, you have to get there. At least even when you see a power board choker, to say, okay, of course I've got fear, I'm light, okay,
Yes.
but I shouldn't show it to the woman to say I'm afraid. Because sometimes you women, sometimes you think we don't fear.
Yeah,
We fear.
we
and
think
have-
highly of you
Yes,
men.
you see, we have got fear also, but because nizepezeka pansaka paja, I'll start hearing stories from the madalas, and they are pumping in knowledge about fatherhood and everything that a man needs, to be a man when he gets there. So, but in this our generation, we have a generation that knows it all. Okay, this is where the problem is. We have a generation that knows it all. So even, this is why you find, you agree with me, when here is a couple that wants to go into marriage, okay? So you find that a lady will undergo serious training concerning marriage.
Yes.
And then a man, it will be 2-3 days, is done with the lessons.
Damn.
Wow.
Because sometimes, even those were Shibukombe and everything, you know, some of them are not even qualified to be teachers of or to be counselors of marriage. You know, so they give the little information to a man, and to a woman, she was
Plenty.
fully
Packed.
So when the two come together, the balance is not well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is where you find that a woman will act more mature than a man because of what she knows, what knowledge they have imparted on a woman is of great value than of a man.
Wow.
So if we can get back to the drawing board, we can lessen some of these things.
Yeah.
This generation is a generation that is turning to be deaf ears. Okay, where if you are making money today, okay, and then you have cash, you know, cash is overflowing with you, it's more difficult to cancel you.
True.
So you come, you sit under someone to cancel you, you look at the person.
Mazani was a China.
Azani was a China. Me, I have it all. So already you have lowered the standard of that person. So no matter what she's going to tell you, no matter what she's going to explain to you about how far she has gone and how far she has seen life, you are not going to listen to her. So the generation has been affected because it is a know-it-all generation. But if we can draw back where we can have Nsaka, Tangala, Paja, elders are telling us, you know, when they see that Uyumana amba kukula, they begin to teach.
Yes.
Okay. Don't wait for those children to go and learn certain things outside. Because when they learn outside, it will be a problem. So we are not going to lessen the number. Of course, we cannot stop it because remember, we have got cases of rape. We have got cases of divorce. We have got cases of a spouse dying. Okay, so we cannot stop it, but we can reduce it, especially with these pregnancies that were unplanned. Okay, we can reduce in that area. Sure.
Wow.
Okay, so just like Pastor Morris has said, you know, I like everything he's saying because okay, as human beings, just from the time we were born, we grow up learning.
Yeah.
We grow up learning. Just we were born knowing nothing.
Yes.
Actually, we were even naked. We didn't know about clothes.
Yes.
Everything that we do, including eating, we had to learn. So it should never be that at any point we want to stop learning. We don't have to stop learning at any point because there is no one who becomes unless they learn. You can't just wake up one day and say, I'm a nurse.
No, it's not possible.
You cannot be a nurse.
It's not possible.
How? So why should we see it important to learn in other things, and yet we don't see it important to learn about relationships?
Relationships, yeah.
To learn about marriages. Even before we can get to the point where we have already engaged ourselves with someone.
Yeah.
Why can't we just start learning? I feel it's a very important thing for us to just start learning about these things, even before you get to propose a woman as a man. Just get to learn about certain things.
Sorry to cut you short, Pastor. You're talking about learning. Do you see today's generation learning anything about relationship, or they're just coming up and just doing things for the sake of doing them?
Yeah, that's the thing. So the thing is that our generation just come up with things. We just come up with things. We will just come up with a relationship and then begin to go out, and then later on, that's when we want to start learning.
Oh, yeah.
You see? That's when we want to start learning. When we are already in a thing that we were supposed to learn before we get into it.
Yeah.
Yes, because you cannot first go and begin to operate on people before you learn how to be a doctor. You have to learn first being courage. First you have to go through primary, then you go through secondary education until you go to college, and then you become a doctor. Then you are given a person to operate on. Now, as we first operate on the person before we start learning. So it's like we jump the steps and then come back to begin to do things, to begin to learn things, whereas we are already in the actual thing.
Yeah, because there's a statement which is going like they say not all relationships are the same. Because you should go with the flow, with the way it goes. Then whatever works for you, works. Yeah, I think
So with such thinking, you see, people will begin to think things in a way that they are not supposed to be. Because there are people that go into marriages, into relationships and marriages because the lady is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, I'm loving that one. But Pastor, do you think that who is to blame for this increase of single mothers? Is the man to be blamed?
I don't think the man is to be blamed and the lady is to be blamed.
Yeah.
We are all to be blamed.
We are all to be blamed.
We're man and the lady, we are all to be blamed.
please break it down.
Break it down there.
Because there are certain things that ladies do to make these things not work. And there are also certain things that we men do that makes these things not to work.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So we are all to be blamed when it comes to the breaking up. That's why earlier on I said we need to learn conflict resolution
Yes.
and how to handle issues. Because it all comes back to learning, what?
Yes, it all comes back to learning.
To learning. So we have to learn all these things and how we are going to do all these things, because this is life
Yes.
and it is real.
Yes, it is.
Life is real. And so whether you are a single lady or you are a married person, you are in marriage or in a relationship, we need to know that we will have issues. We will have issues. So what do we do with issues when issues rises?
Yeah.
That's the point. Because if we do not know how to handle those issues when they rise, that's where all these things like, I think I'm done with you come from. Because we don't just know how to handle these things.
Yeah.
So we are all called to come to a place of learning. Because we are all to be blamed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are all to be blamed. Like Pastor Morris said when he was highlighting everything, he said that there are ladies that will go into a relationship because they want to get money from
Get
the man.
money.
Start a relationship for real.
Even when you don't love a person.
Yeah. Is that relationship for real?
No.
And then you've got a man who goes after a lady and rapes her and he runs away. So who do you say is to blame?
Yeah, no one.
We are all
No.
to be blamed.
Yeah,
Because the man is there, he has gone to rape a woman
Yeah.
and left her with a child. And they will go for this lady, she goes for this man because he has got money. She doesn't even love him. At the end of it all, the relationship doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because she knows to say, I brought this on myself. You know, so we cannot just stand on one side and say, let's blame these guys.
Wow.
Because we are all to be blamed. These things are touching us all, and we are all victims, and we are all causes of these issues.
Wow.
So we have to get to a place of just submitting to learning. I mean, there are older people in the society.
Yeah.
There are people that there is always someone that has gone ahead of you in things. That's why even in schools we have got teachers.
Yes.
Those are people that have already trained, that they are able to train you.
Yeah.
And even in all these issues, marriages, relationships, there are people that have gone ahead of us.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
people that have gone ahead of us. I heard a story of that a long time ago, when you want to get yourself involved with a lady, you will not go there yourself personally.
Yeah,
They would
direct.
say, you come around her.
To
And then you begin to ask about her around the people that know her before you knew her. So you begin to ask questions about how she is, how she behaves, what she likes, the family, how are they, what do they believe in, and all those things. They will help you to make a proper decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you find that you enter in a relationship, then they begin to tell you, this lady has been breaking homes. She's been going out with the married women, married men. And then you are like, but I like her.
Uh-huh.
But then you are getting you are getting to know things at a late
Later
Late
stage,
stage.
yeah.
a late
That's been
stage,
done.
you know. So I think we've got a lot of things to redo in this generation.
Wow,
You know?
wow.
Pastor Morris, I heard Pastor Sam talking about conflict resolution. Do you think pride is also involved in this thing? Like, is it that we the ladies or the guys, we have pride, like whereby, no, me, I can't tell this person, sorry, okay. Maybe just for the sake of building
Yeah.
that family, for that family not to die. Do you think pride is involved in this?
Definitely, my lady. Pride is one of also the killing factor that can kill anything that you try to do.
Yeah.
When I mean anything, I mean think outside, even beyond what we are even talking about.
Yes.
If you have got pride, remember the Bible says God resists the proud and he lifts up those that are humble. Okay, so when you have got pride, you cannot sort out things. You cannot advance in anything. Actually, you'll be left standing alone because you are full of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, and we see to say when you are getting involved in a relationship and everything, it is you deny yourself the pleasure of you as an individual being satisfied. My desire is to satisfy my woman. So the desire of my woman should be to satisfy me. So she has to die to her pride. I have to die to my pride.
Yeah.
Where I am wrong, I admit. And at some point, these things, it's when you humble yourself and when you are building, there's a place where you can humble yourself. You are not wrong, but for the sake of peace, you bring yourself low and then apologize and say, okay, I'm sorry. I take the blame.
Well, Pastor
That
Morris,
is the whole responsibility.
sorry to cut you. We have reasons like widows, other people raped, and this whole thing of breaking up relationship. Which one is trending, and why is it trending on between among widows, raped, breaking of relationships? Which one is trending and why?
I think the one that is trending is the one to do with being abandoned. Okay.
Wow, we have a caller. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. You are through to Royal TV, Monday Live. Your name and where you are calling us from, please.
Thank you so much. This is Prophet Samuel connecting from Livingstone.
Wow. Wow, Prophet Samuel.
Yes, woman of God.
Thank you. Your comment, please.
Yeah, this topic that we are discussing today.
Yes.
And please greet all the panelists and God should bless you people.
Amen.
sir.
Bless
Thank
you too.
Amen. There are two factors that I would want to talk about that lead to single parenting.
Yes.
One thing we should understand is that there is a physical fact and a spiritual fact that leads to a single parenting.
Wow.
In the Bible, we look at the woman who went to a certain land and he lost the husband and he lost all the children and he became a widow. So I want you to know that there are those situations whereby there are ladies, when they were young, they were left by someone and they became pregnant. So you realize that these people physically, they have been affected such that even if a man comes in their life who want to settle with them, but because of that experience which they had in the past, it actually affects them to stay with any man.
Wow.
There are a lot of ladies that have asked, some of them, They say it's better for me to be a single mother than to stay with a man who is not responsible.
Yeah.
One thing that I will tell you is that physically nowadays, a lot of ladies, they have come to understand that it's not just about money. Because there is something beyond money. You know,
Yes.
nowadays, you can get married to a man who has got money. But at the end of the result, you realize that that man does not love you.
Yes.
So you end up divorcing that person.
Wow.
Then sometimes what through single parenting, where we are coming from, the families where we are coming from,
Yes.
you'll find that some of us men, we are not trained to know how to be responsible, how to differentiate between being a boy and being a father.
Oh. Wow.
I love
Okay.
that. I
Some
love
men
that.
are not trained to differentiate from being a man, from being a father, and from being a boy. So you realize that sometimes we do things that we are not supposed to do. You know, between a man and between a boy and the father, there is so many different things.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so those are the physical aspects. So the only way we should understand is that we as men, before you address a woman, you should understand that that you are going to do in 5 minutes, it will lead to someone whom we have to start taking care of that person.
Yeah.
And also you as a woman, you should understand that as you accept this person,
Yeah.
you should understand that there are some reasons that are going to come out from there.
Yes.
Then also sometimes what leads to single parenting is sicknesses.
Oh, yeah.
You find that when I'm married this woman, there are some things that she did not tell me. Maybe alilwala,
Yeah, true.
maybe alipata kwa ma challenges.
Uh-huh.
So realize that when I married that person we are now in the house. That's when now I started discovering those things that I did not know about.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I cannot say that marriage I'll leave because I was not taught.
Okay.
So it is very important that as we are preparing to start a family, we need to always tell our partners the truth about ourselves.
Yes.
Then also, when I talk about the spiritual aspect, we are coming from certain families whereby marriages becomes a challenge. Not that these single mothers, they just want to be single mothers.
Uh-huh.
But there are some of the mothers who have got spiritual husbands.
Okay.
They are that maybe they are crazy. It's man.
Yes.
Physically, they don't have affection to their husband. At the end of the day, there are some mothers who want to stay alone.
Yeah.
Then also, there is something that I was taught when I was getting married. That when it comes to marriage, there is no money. So you realize that when you are in the same house as two of you, you need to understand that if there is someone who is up, there must be someone who is down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this person who is up, he should find a way to be down, and this person who is down should find a way to be up, so that both of you are meeting in a certain place.
Wow.
But in the same angle, you realize that one of you is meant to be a single mother or single father. Then the other thing is, like in Zambia right now, what is affecting so much, we have seen people whatever posting, someone is in Mongu, maybe the husband is in Mongu,
Yes.
the wife is in Livingstone.
Yes.
The wife is in Livingstone, the husband is in Luapula province.
Uh-huh.
So you realize that you don't know what your partner is doing that side. So it is also the call to the government that these people that are staying in a separate location, there must be a way to be done so that these people should brought together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then also early pregnancies.
Uh-huh.
We want to practice something that is beyond our capacity. So we should always wait upon our time. We should always wait upon our time.
Yes.
And please, let us make sure that before you involve yourself in a man or in a woman, to understand the consequences that are going to come out. I think that is my contribution.
Thank you so much, Prophet. Thank you for coming through.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow.
So there is something that Prophet Fano just said, an issue of communication.
Communication.
It's very vital.
Wow.
Because, there's just certain people that will just deliberately say it. Me, I can't tell my man everything.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't tell my woman everything.
I can't tell my...
If it's men, we will hear issues like, I cannot tell my woman my whole salary. I have heard of such things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell my woman, if I'm getting a 50 kwacha, I'll tell her that I'm getting a 25 kwacha.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that I have an extra cash for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, we do not. So, when you are doing such a thing, okay, what do you think the partner will feel if they find out?
Yeah.
Yeah, true, true.
Even if you are just hiding one thing, but when your partner finds
Discovers.
out that one thing,
Yes.
he or she will think that you've been hiding a lot.
Yeah, true.
Definitely, because you can't tell. You can't tell. So I think communication is very important in relationships.
Yeah. And just to, character is one of the attributes that has broken many relationships.
Yes.
Yeah, we talk of, character. You find at some point, someone is not really clear of who they really are. Okay, It's some sort of like pretense and all those things.
Yes.
Okay,
My
so
name Marichi.
so you have got two names.
Yes.
You have got two birthdays.
And we see these things on Facebook.
Yeah. So you find that it's something that will affect you as you go on this journey because you have to make yourself straight and you have to really work on your character as who is you and who are you. So you come out open as it is. Sometimes it's so difficult to say it maybe on the first date.
Yes.
Okay, but you must try by all means just to bring it so open to your partner to say, okay, I think my friend, I have this problem. And then you hear what the other partner is going to say and how he can even react, and you get to know to say, okay, this is what I'm getting involved in. And in most cases, we see the red cards even before we venture into marriage. But we want to play so ignorant and so blind. But you saw the red cards and everything. Nikamchinja. Iwe mama yake anataka mchinja ndiwe ndani wa kutu mchinje. And it's not you to change that person.
Yes, it is God the Creator.
It is God himself who is able. And also the person's willingness to adapt, to change what that person is involved in.
Pastor Morris, but why do you think the pretense comes in? Why pretend? Like, is it that we fear that we won't be accepted, or why do you think the pretense is coming in? Like,
sometimes it's because you have a target of what you want to get from a man.
Okay.
So you tend to pretend, or there is something that you are trying to find out from a man. Either way, so you time like, no, let me pretend. And women have got that thing to say, playing hard to get. Okay.
Playing hard to get.
Yeah, playing hard to get. So you want to pretend even when you know to say you are weak in that area. Okay. So God brings you to this person so that he can help. The person can help you in your weakness because you cannot have the same weakness that I have. And you
true.
cannot have your weakness can be my strength. My weakness can be your strength. Okay, so when we come together, there's no pretense. I have to tell you, my friend, I have a weakness.
Boza
inivuta. Imanama ine. Apa solo mwani chimikira ningaendeka urula. Okay, so we begin to, I begin to help you how to just overcome those things.
Because why I asked this question, you find most, I'll stick to the relationship part, whereby a relationship breaks, and then someone will be like, I didn't know that this person was like this. Since what umuntu so, nabo viona check my last, meaning perfect, anabwera bwanji, how?
Yeah, you know, sir, let me tell you, my lady. You know, in this era we are living in, where we see people going for fashion. Okay, especially, let's say you and me, we are dating. And then we have set a date for, we are just getting to know one another, and we have already concluded certain things. And then we have this first date. Okay? And then you want to show me like you're happening. Popoka my number one, my lady, you know that. And then me also, a guy, I want to prove to you that I can manage you. Okay? So you go, borrow the wig.
Yeah.
Okay. Borrow the shoes. Borrow the clothes. You know, everything on you. Fake. Okay. And here is a man also trying to prove a point. He goes, he borrows. And then you guys, you come, you meet. Boro. Okay. So already there is fakeness there.
Yes.
Okay. So gradually, because you will not be with those things forever. One day or the other, the owner will claim them back. Okay. Then you begin to wonder, ija rejas yet naona pewenze kopesa watu that this is one of the vehicles yako. Where is it?
It's one of my
Okay.
cars.
It's one of my cars. Where is it? Then you begin to realize to say, kanshi our guy ni wa conductor che. Okay, so he has that opportunity to be found with the vehicles and everything. So when he's capturing, he's always besides vehicles. Okay, so you were taken because of the vehicles. And him, he was also trying to show as if those vehicles are his.
Wow.
But later on, you discover to say it is not what you really wanted. So there was pretense from both sides, from a guy and a man.
Okay.
Fear of being accepted.
Sorry to cut it short, but I would love to read some of the comments that our viewers are writing. Shelley says, I don't think neither the man nor woman are to be blamed for the increase of single parenting, because there are different reasons why things couldn't work between the two. Also, it's because our generation has lost the fear of God. That's Shirley. Shirley, thank you for your comment. And there is Brian testimony. He's saying our generation has no proper training.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Yes, what Pastor Morris talked about. That is what has led into a lot of people becoming single mothers. If the fear of God is infused in a person, you understand principles of life, and you will be careful with the steps you take in life. Let's go back to God so that God can lead us. Wow, that's lovely. And he's here again, Brian testimony. He's saying sometimes that what leads to single mothers is resourceful to know the background, refusal to know the background of the person you getting involved with. Sometimes you see the red light ahead and still look for the green light. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Even when things are not making sense, don't just fall in love. You must understand the place of wisdom, because love is based on 4 elements, which are communication, commitment, trust, and respect. Without these elements, love will be glued together, will never be glued together. Wow. These are good comments. These are good thoughts. Well, we would love to hear more and more of your comments, our viewers. This topic.
Sorry
yes.
for that.
Yes.
Just on the point that Mr. Brian has raised, like you see the red lights.
The red lights.
Looking for the green light. Does it mean that there's desperation in this? Like, do you sense desperation?
Somehow.
Because I might be seeing like, it's cool, Jakuli red. Why am I looking for a green light? Why? Where is red?
Somehow, because I'll bring it in this example of a man that has got money, and then this man, it's clear that to the lady that he is dating, that this man cannot take us anywhere. But then because of the potential of the fact that this guy has got money, but okay, maybe my friends, if they see me with this person, they'll be like, wow, you've got the right choice. Yeah, my dude. You know?
You've got taste, my friend.
Yeah, you've got taste, my friend. So they want that pride, you know,
Okay.
to show. Sometimes these relationships that people are in, they're not just real relationships.
Yeah.
They're just for show.
Show off.
Yeah.
To show off. So that also really affects so much. I think the level
Pastor
of
Morris,
pride is there.
is there desperation in this? Do you sense desperation? I'm seeing a red light, but I'm looking for green light.
Of course, yes, there's desperation in it because maybe you are comparing, okay? People, your classmates,
They're all married.
they are all married,
Angie.
okay? And maybe it's just you and a few individuals that you are not in contact.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are trying to prove to them. So out of that desperation of you wanting to get married,
Yes.
even if you see red lights, you still look for the greener
green.
one.
Wow.
Okay, because you have seen the red lights to say, you
This
know,
is going
as House of Kings is,
Yeah.
you know, capturing the future
Capturing the future.
from the beginning. Okay, you can see to say you are building on what there's something here that you are.
Yeah.
It's more like you are trying to build a house, Moploti
Hey, Uzi watubare.
and you keep hoping that you
Busy.
own that house.
This
Yeah.
one will be my house.
Will
This
be my
one,
house.
this one.
Ukasiriza
Mapotea
kumanga
bene.
hapo otenga.
Already, believe me,
That's
the owner
wrong.
will leave you to build there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you are done now, you will
They'll
not
come
live
for
in
you.
that house now.
Because
Okay.
I've seen relationships whereby, for example, a man hits a lady in that relationship.
Relationship, sure.
Relationship,
You're
like
already
they're
being
fighting.
beaten.
Yeah.
That's the red
And
light, of
you're
course.
still going through with that. A man comes now, I want to marry you. Even a relationship, you can be beaten like that.
Imagine,
What
what
about
more?
marriage?
I
He's going to kill you.
I'm looking for green lights.
Because
He's
in
go-
marriage, you know, marriage is what I've seen. Marriage is like you are starting new.
Yeah.
When you get into a relationship, there's still those things that are hidden. Yeah, she will come bathed.
Yeah.
I go bathed, dressed up.
Yes.
We meet
Our
Papi
clothes.
can pay.
Yeah.
But then when you're in a marriage, you find that everything starts like you are new now.
Yeah.
You begin to know even certain
The
things
real
that you didn't
person
know.
now.
How she wakes up, how he wakes up,
Okay, no
how
makeup.
he sleeps
Yeah.
without makeup, and then all that. Then you start. So if you get into something without real concrete
Yeah.
decision,
Yeah.
you may not like what you will see. So
Yeah, you are talking now. You are in the home, and then you are married, and then you find here she is now snoring.
Yeah.
Now imagine now,
you want to sleep and
The more
Wow.
is
she
this what
the
I-
one.
Is she the one, or we should wait for another?
For another one.
Go.
this our
But
Messiah.
Yes.
sorry
So
to
all
cut
those
you short.
things.
Sorry to cut you short. A prophet, when he called, he spoke something about spiritual husband. Spiritual husband. People, we don't get to look at that. Can you clarify more on spiritual husband, how it affects, how it brings to the increase of single mothers?
Wow. Thank you very much. That's a very, very, very cardinal question.
Yes.
And it talks of, we are getting back again to the spiritual.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of the factors and that has contributed to, maybe if it's a woman, where this woman, she has a spiritual husband, okay? And then you find that in one way or the other, because her and that spiritual husband is where they meet and everything is done, then she begins to lose affection for the man. Okay.
Wow.
So as a result, a man will begin to think, but why is my woman denying me my rights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the reasons we got married, why is she denying me my rights?
Yeah.
So because of those things, a man will choose to pack. Okay, and then it will lead that woman being a single mother.
Single mother.
Okay, because of she has been affected now because of the spiritual husband. Okay, she's being tormented.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
being
yeah,
tormented.
true.
You know, we have got these spirits, and these spirits are real.
Yeah.
Just like we have heard other things of spirit of mammon, spirit of what,
Yeah,
spirit
yeah,
of
yeah,
lust,
yeah.
spirit of what. There's also the spiritual husband.
Wow.
Okay, where this woman meets with this spiritual husband, and then as she's satisfied, everything is done. When a man comes, it's a no.
It's a no.
No interest. Okay. So, because of that, a man will be dying in silence, but believe me, when he's fed up, he's going to pack. And then we will see now that the increase of single mothers, the number will keep on increasing because of this element or this fact that prophet raised.
Wow, Pastor Morris, as we are concluding, what is the word that you have for the generation that is watching us now, and the generation that is going astray in terms of relationship and making an increase of single parents there? What is your word for them?
Wow. At the end of the day, one thing that we should know is that marriage is for the mature people.
Yes.
Okay? Marriage is for people that are matured. And marriage is for people that are ready for it. Okay?
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing. One of the reasons and one of the major facts that brings about divorce is foundation. Okay? It is the foundation. Even the Bible tells us to say, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The strength of a building lies in the foundation. If the foundation of Musotunya building, our tallest building in Livingstone, if that foundation was a weak foundation, that building wouldn't have lasted up to now.
Yeah, true.
So what is holding that building to have lasted this long? It is the foundation. So marriage is for people that are matured. Not only being matured, being ready also. Because you are being ready for what you are going to find in marriage.
So in this case, which one is the foundation?
When you are dating, you have gotten along, okay? You are on your way to tie the knot. That is your foundation.
Okay.
If you are building on lies, like the man of God said, you will get to unveil those lies sooner or later, because I will be seeing everything that I need to.
Yeah.
Your phone will be my phone will be your phone. Your money will be my money will be your money.
With that one, Pastor Morris.
The two have become one.
Yes.
So when they say the two have become one, it doesn't mean that they have become one only in the flesh. In all aspects.
With that one, sorry to cut you short, Pastor Morris. With that one, talking about marriage, is it true that men, they are never content with what they have?
It depends, my lady. It depends. Okay, there are men that are content, there are men that are not.
Why not
There
being
are men
content?
that are so, how will I put it? I'm looking for
Better word?
a better word that I can just use. You know, there are men that are intentional and there are men that are not intentional.
Oh.
Okay? And here comes a guy, he proposes to you. Okay?
Yes.
With intentions probably to prove to the friends that he has got the capacity to bring you down.
Oh.
Okay? So his intentions is to prove to the friends.
That's
But he has no
Ujapaka.
he has no intentions. He has no plan for you. But he's just trying to prove to the colleagues that he has got the capacity, he has got the good manifesto to win you over. And then you fall for him in the trap.
Because so many relationships dying these days, it's because of the issue of my side pieces. Because we find our men, they can't just keep me as Natasha, no. But Mary, Mugati, we are just many. Like the issue of side chicks, it's killing us. Like, what's really the problem? Can I just be me? Like, Pastor Morris, tell me.
Okay, so in the process, okay, when I was growing up, this is not only to men, it's also to you,
To
ladies.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let me speak first from your angle as women.
Yes.
Okay, ninako oyu wamene bangazibe pa media bantu, ninako oyu wa bando,
Okay.
ninako oyu ongulira mafuta.
Yeah, that one.
Ninako uyu, if you are staying alone, uyu angalipileko
Pay for
rent. Kuli naye angafike kuja kunyumba na wamesa angafike.
Okay.
Okay, so it's from the side of
Ladies,
you, ladies. Okay, so you get to a man, okay, uyu, she's presentable.
Okay.
I
Eh?
can carry her.
I can carry her anywhere. This one, this one I can present
Ladies, are you
her.
listening?
I'm listening.
This one, it is between me and her. You see how it is? So it is, yeah. But we are looking at here is a person. That's why I said in what I was trying to say marriage is for the matured people. It is for people that are ready, that wants to forsake all that kind of living back, where you want to cleave to one person. Okay, so you are disconnecting yourself from these other things that can weigh you down. These other things that can destroy your reputation, can destroy your marriage tomorrow. So you start disconnecting yourself. You are getting ready now. You are getting ready. Abawolipira nyumba out. This one presentable out. This one do what out. This one out. And then by the time you reach there, when you are exchanging vows, you know definitely that
you are free.
It is the truth.
Yeah.
Just like a short story that I came across one day. You know, there is this question that the man of God will always ask. Is there anyone who doesn't want us to join these two together
that one.
as one?
That one.
If you are there, you can step forward and say your reason. But if you are not there, please remain there and forever hold your peace. And then now, it happened to say the toilets were somehow to the altar side. So one lady stood up in the audience.
I'm imagining.
Okay? And she started approaching the front part where and it was during that question when it was posed.
That was deliberate.
And then, without having patience, the woman started beating the man.
Oh, the woman who was getting married.
Yes, the woman that was getting married now started beating now the man. And then that woman just crossed and went to the toilet.
God.
You always, when it reaches that level, there's always silence.
I think that is a clear one to say this man has got a problem.
Yes, he's got issues.
So
guys are still
the
having
only thing that can help you is when when you are going through, where you are committing yourself, you begin to deal with your past. You begin to work on your past. You begin to, if you begin to even open up to say,
Yes.
I went through this and this is what happened. I had a child and the father is this and this and this, but me and this man, we are done. Me and this woman, even maybe to the woman, she has a child. She tells me, oh, me have a child. You tell, if there are three, there are three. If there are four, you tell me. Don't tell me just you have a child. Tell me even the number. If there are 15, you tell me so that I know what I'm getting involved into.
Wow.
Okay, so that not
know
on
that
a
you're
later
going
stage, I begin to hear to say,
Mashokas.
kwa bwera nauna ango gairi mwana wamuza ta iyo gai wamai wako wanakwatiriwa enda man watai wako wanakwatira you go and they say nanga you ata even this one is my child. I just forgot to tell you. Don't forget. Those are serious things.
Yes.
So when you approaching. You know, you unveil, you open up to everything that a man needs to know. Then you leave that person to make a decision. Either they are continuing or they are stepping out. They say a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage.
Just a quick one before we conclude. Like, do you think the vows taken, like entering into marriage, stops one from cheating or what? Because there's a say that I just heard some days back, like getting married does not stop a man from cheating, because he will put you in the house and still go back to the same things that he was doing. Do you think the vows taken, the marriage, can stop one from cheating?
It's not about the vows. It's about you as an individual. Okay. Paul said in his letters, one of his letters, he said, just as you have honored me in my presence, do much more in my absence. Okay. There are people, believe me, we are growing in this generation where maybe parents, we have nicknamed them.
Yeah.
Susanna Saliko, hapa Susanna Saliko, yeah, akapwela Susanna. You know, they'll be order. And that Susanna that we are talking about is our mother.
Yeah.
Okay, so we tend to respect the mother when she's around. And when she's out, we call her Susanna.
Bamqueen.
Bamqueen, ujamqueen no afanya zona. Sadamo sena akabwela hapa. Kulipe na TV hapa. You know, even men of God, we have given them names. Okay, but when we are before them, you know, there's that humbleness.
Yes.
My father, but when he's out, so it's not about the vows. It is about you as an individual. Where you are alone, what are you doing?
Yes.
Christianity is not in the crowd where you can pretend and, you know, raise your hands like Pharisees so that they can see you that you pray the most and you take time to pray. What do you do when you're alone? That is what matters. So the vows cannot stop you. Because, human being, if you want to break them, you can break them here, you know. So it's about you, an individual, that you have chosen to be faithful. Not because she's with you, even in her absence. You choose to do it more in her absence.
Wow.
I guess that is proper faithfulness. Not the one that is done in the present, but the one that is done in the absence. Can you still stand and say, I'm a married man? In the absence of the... Because believe me, you, my lady, when you go for work, I will not go with you.
Yes, true.
If I go for work, you will not go with me.
That is
but
true.
where I've gone, I'll find ladies. Where you have gone, you will find men. And at some point, you know, men don't even if they see you with a ring, they will not respect that ring. They can still ask you out. But it is you to respect yourself and to respect the marriage that you are in. By telling that man to say, sorry, my brother, I'm taken. Sorry, my sister, I have a wife.
Wow. That is so lovely. Well, let me just read some comments again before we conclude. Brian again is saying, what should stick in the mind of people is sex before marriage is a sin. When ladies reach at a level of respecting their bodies, the better for them. Single mothers will not be seen because they are putting scriptures in their hearts. Wow. And Prophet Fanuel is saying some become single parents by choice. It's deep. While some become single mothers because of selfish men who are not ready to make up responsibilities. Thank you, Prophet, for that one. The Prophet again, he's saying some ladies become big-headed. Big-headed when they are more financially stable than a man, and they start bossing around a man. Believe me, no man loves a bossing kind of woman. Women, ladies, are we hearing this? Prophet Brian again, sometimes what matters is the person you get involved with. Is he ready Is he ready to be a parent or not? Because some people are in your life for enjoyment not settlement.
Yeah.
Wow. Shelley is saying marriage cannot stop a man or woman from cheating, but rather the fear of God and the respect towards each other. Brian again, cheating is a decision. The decision you make today determines who you are.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, our viewers. Thank you for your comments. And really, we've learned, I personally have learned a lot. And thank you, Prophet, for that call. I've learned a lot from what you said. Thank you so much. Well, it's a thank you for my crew here. We had a wonderful time.
Very much
Just finding solutions and seeing the reasons that are increasing single parents, especially the mother, because the mother is the one who is seen mostly. Men are there, but they are not talked about mainly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We had a beautiful time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pastor Stan, for coming.
Yeah.
Thank
Wow.
you for
Well,
hosting
it
me.
is a lovely evening as we are concluding, and we are happy that we've learned a lot of things. I personally have learned a lot of things. Communication is better. And wow, another comment has come up from a Prophet Fanuel. Prophet Fanuel is loaded today with a lot of
Yes, he
comments. You can
I'm
just
sure
read
if
that
you-
for us, Pastor Morris.
Prophet Fanuel again comes in and say, abandoned by their parents, some men are willing to stay and live with a woman, but are not ready for responsibility, such as parenthood. Thus, once they get their partners pregnant, they totally vanish and are not even willing to support them.
Yeah. Wow.
So he comes again and say unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah.
Most couples who are dating never discuss parenting unless they both want to get seriously involved with each other by having a baby.
Yeah.
Most often than not, getting a girl pregnant is out of the plan. The guy merely leaves the guy merely leaves the pregnant girlfriend on her own, and she may not even get support from the father of the child.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, he comes in again, Prophet Fanuel is loaded.
Loaded.
Abusive parents. When a normal woman has an abusive partner, she is left with no other choice but to decide to give up the man she's living with to save herself or the kids. Addiction and with drugs or alcohol. No one wants to stay with a man who is addicted to vice such as drugs or alcohol. A man with alcohol problem or is drug addict is just another reason why some women end up raising their kids alone. You would not want your children to live every day seeing their father always drunk and being violent.
Wow.
Or have your kids witness how their father is hooked with drugs.
Wow, wow, wow.
By choice, strong women believe that they can raise a child by themselves without having a man by their side. Whether or not the society accepts this for them, being a good parent does not necessarily mean you need to have a man to help you raise kids. It's a personal choice.
Wow. Thank you so much, Prophet, for those contributions. Well, we had a fun time. We had a lovely time. Hope you learned one or two things, our viewers. And please, teach your friend, teach your neighbor on how to conduct themselves with this issue which is increasing by the day. Well, from us on Royal TV, it's a bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.